Well, temperature impacts highlighting our impact timeline for tomorrow morning. We could be seeing a few spots with some hard freeze conditions, so that's why we'll have a little bit of higher concern in terms of impact for Wednesday as opposed to Thursday, when all of us will be dealing with light freezes. Not going to be dealing with impacts on Friday. Rain chance very low, and then we'll see the transition in temperature on Friday. But first alert given for Saturday and Sunday as we once again have hard freeze conditions in place. So again, I think tomorrow morning, probably not the need to drip faucets, not the need to worry about pipes, especially for Metro Baton Rouge and surrounding areas. It's across the state line where we could have maybe one or two spots that get a little bit colder than the forecast, but you can see how people, pets, and plants, they are checked once again for tonight heading into tomorrow morning. 5 to 11 hours in terms of freeze durations. Just get to know that outdoor pet, because it's going to be pretty much all the rest of this week that we're going to have those pets inside during those overnight hours. School day forecast for tomorrow. Kids will need to be bundled up, heavier coat and gloves once again as we see those temperatures back down into the 20s, but this time around not low 20s and not teens like we saw this morning. 27 for the projected low here in Baton Rouge. Have some cloud cover around overnight. That may be the helpful aid in keeping temperatures a few degrees warmer, but we clear those skies out as we head towards the afternoon. That may actually help us warm up a few degrees. So we were topping out in the 40s today. We'll top out in the 50s for tomorrow. So our big polar Arctic air mass, it's going to be staying locked up here towards the northeast for the next few days, but then it starts to see another drive towards the south as we get into the weekend. So a cold front's going to move through the area on Friday, and then we're going to see this mass of air that is going to be bitterly cold move in to the deep south Saturday and Sunday. But by the time we get towards the midpoint of next week, you can see how it starts to once again push off towards the northeast. So still cooler than normal temperatures to maybe start next week, but we're going to see some moderation heading through the week, it does look like. In terms of rain with this system, there's not going to be as much moisture tied to it. So we saw a lot of rain with this last Arctic air mass, even some pockets of freezing rain. No threat of anything like that this time around. We're going to get a few spotty showers maybe Friday morning, but all that clears out just in time for Saturday plans. The problem is the temperature is going to be plummeting heading into the weekend. So if you have plans to head to one of the many parades across the area on Saturday, you will want to bundle up and make sure the kids are bundled up as well. We are not expecting temperatures to get out of the mid-30s during the day on Saturday. Factor in the wind. We could see a few spots with teens for wind chills in the morning, maybe even a localized spot with single-digit wind chills. And you can see if you've got that Mardi Gras ball or masquerade during the evening hours, definitely want to have that heavier coat as temperatures are going to be in the 20s. Now, you'll take a look at the morning lows. We've got 22 on Saturday, 19 on Sunday. So we're talking about hard freeze conditions returning to our forecast. So Friday night, we've got to make that preparation. Saturday night, again, we've got to make that preparation in terms of the pipes. So it's people, pets, plants, and pipes across the entire viewing area. 10 to 18 hours in terms of that freeze duration. So the prolongedness of the freezing temperatures and then just how bitterly cold the temperature gets. That's the concern that we have for those exposed pipes. As you take a look at the 7-day forecast, again, we're going to be dealing with the midst of a little bit of a warming trend, but it's not going to feel still all that warm, even though we do reach, it looks like 60 degrees for a daytime high on Thursday. And then we start to see the impact of that cold air mass moving in. Friday could see even falling temperatures during the day, so much so that we drop down into the 20s for the morning start on Saturday. So we've got that highlight once again for Saturday and Sunday. The first alert heads up as we have that bitterly cold air in place for your weekend plans. Yeah, it's going to be okay looking weather. It's just you're going to have to bundle up and put lots of layers on if you're planning to be outside.